Video 4. Writing Position Papers. As already mentioned in the previous video, mastering the negotiation topic and background of your country will often prove very useful in forming a state's cohesive policy. This policy will form the basis of the position paper all delegates must write. Usually, it's a 1- or 2-page document which outlines your state policies toward the agenda. Essentially, it's a summary of your knowledge of the topic and the position your country plans to take when it enters negotiations. Actually, writing position papers is where the work of a delegate gets done. It is even possible that you will find yourself spending hours on just reviewing the information you uncovered in your previous research and constructing it into a paper. Nevertheless, remember that good position paper will not only enhance your knowledge, but will also serve as a base for your argumentation in final resolutions. Usually, position papers have to meet certain criteria, and therefore, you have to pay careful attention to the guidelines when drafting it. These guidelines should be given to you by the supervisor of the course. When it comes to the content of the position paper, this is naturally dependent on the research you devoted to your country and negotiation topic. Remember that the result should be concise, complete, organized, and solution-oriented paper, reflecting the perspectives and priorities of your assigned country. Here are some tips on how to create comprehensive and detailed, but also quick and painless to write position paper. First, let's have a look on what your material should include. Start with a brief, one-sentence introduction to the country's involvement or interest and its history regarding the topic. Then, follow with the country's background on the topic, including the actions taken on a national level and other current topic-oriented policies. You can also mention actions taken on the international level, including resolutions, conventions, and declarations that your country supports. In other words, try to link your country to the work that has been already done. Optionally, you can also include quotes from speeches and statements by state representatives, or statistics data regarding the issue. And most importantly, specify the country's recommendation for a resolution for the topic. Propose some specific steps to resolve the problem, and list potential solutions that your country might be willing to support. For example, cooperate with other members or support certain resolutions, and so on. Finally, let's present you a few do's and don'ts when writing a position paper. Be clear and explicit as much as possible. Write in the present tense unless you are referring to specific actions in the past. Avoid too much use of first-person pronouns. Instead, refer to your position by country name. Try to avoid superlatives, which in some cases tend to sound like exaggerations. Check frequently used terms and verbs and try to incorporate it in your paper. Review sample position papers that can be found online. Last but not least, remember that the more extensive research you conduct, the easier writing of a position paper becomes. Best luck!